This video explores the investment preferences of affluent families in Asia. Unlike their Western counterparts, these families are not as drawn to stocks like Nvidia, Bitcoin, or Apple. Instead, they are heavily invested in real estate, particularly primary residences. To understand this phenomenon, we turn to Donald Clip, a successful entrepreneur and dual citizen of the US and Hong Kong, who has called Singapore home for nearly a decade. Donald Clip is not your average investor. He believes in understanding the bigger picture, the interconnectedness of global events, and their ripple effects on economies and markets.
Take inflation, for example. While politicians blame global conflicts and supply chain disruptions, there's more to it. Years of quantitative easing, essentially printing more money, steadily devalues existing currency.
Donald's approach to investment goes beyond simply chasing returns. He emphasizes the importance of understanding the why behind market movements.
While Singapore enjoys relative stability, understanding the global forces at play is essential for long-term investment success.
Donald, having lived in both Hong Kong and Singapore, has witnessed firsthand the influx of wealth into these Asian hubs. He points to the recent surge in property prices in Singapore, fueled partly by an influx of affluent Chinese individuals seeking residency and stability.
This influx, while beneficial for the economy, has also created challenges. The rising cost of living, particularly for the middle class, is one. Many middle-income expats are leaving Singapore for more affordable neighboring countries.
This exodus of expats, Donald suggests, could pose a challenge for Singapore in the long run.
The government's efforts to control prices and maintain affordability for locals are commendable, but might not be sustainable in the face of rising global inflation and an influx of wealth.
Donald emphasizes that seemingly minor political decisions can have significant and often unforeseen consequences.
A government's decision to secure resources like wheat or iron ore can lead to political maneuvering and trade-offs that impact international relations and global markets.
Donald stresses that understanding these intricate connections is crucial for investors. By paying attention to geopolitical trends, investors can gain insights into potential market shifts, supply chain vulnerabilities, and emerging opportunities.
What might seem like a minor political event in one part of the world can have a significant impact on investment portfolios globally. Even in a well-managed society like Singapore, citizens are not immune to the effects of global events and political decisions.
Donald challenges this notion, suggesting that the cost of everyday goods, the availability of jobs, and even the social fabric of a nation are all intertwined with political decisions made both domestically and internationally.
Understanding these connections is not about becoming political analysts, but rather about becoming informed citizens and savvy investors.
Donald encourages his listeners to look beyond the headlines and delve deeper into the factors driving global events.
By connecting the dots between politics, economics, and social trends, individuals can gain a more comprehensive understanding of the world and make more informed decisions, both in their personal lives and in their investment strategies. The world is becoming increasingly complex and interconnected. Factors like globalization, technological advancements, and shifting geopolitical power dynamics are creating both opportunities and challenges for investors.
Donald believes that in this environment, a passive investment approach is no longer sufficient. Investors need to be proactive, informed, and adaptable to navigate the complexities of the global market.
This includes understanding geopolitical risks, identifying emerging markets, and diversifying portfolios to mitigate potential losses.
Donald's message is clear. Informed investment decisions require a holistic understanding of the world.
There's a stark contrast between the investment preferences of Asian families and their Western counterparts.
Donald argues that this preference is deeply rooted in cultural factors and a history of tangible asset ownership.
For generations, real estate has been viewed as a symbol of security, stability, and wealth preservation in many Asian cultures.
This cultural significance, coupled with historical precedents of land ownership, contributes to the enduring appeal of real estate in the East.
Limited investment options in some Asian economies also play a role.
This limited access to diversified investment opportunities further reinforces the dominance of real estate in Asian portfolios.
Beyond stocks, the allure of tangible assets. In an increasingly uncertain world, investors are drawn to the tangible nature of real estate.
Unlike stocks or cryptocurrencies, which can be volatile and subject to market whims, real estate represents a physical asset with inherent value.
The recent pandemic and subsequent economic turmoil have really heightened this desire for stability and security.
Investors find comfort in owning a tangible asset that provides shelter, potential rental income, and a hedge against inflation.
There's also a psychological aspect to real estate ownership. Owning a home, particularly in a desirable location, provides a sense of accomplishment, belonging, and legacy. Identifying the new hotspots for real estate investment. While traditional Asian markets like Singapore and Hong Kong remain attractive, their high prices and potential for regulatory changes are leading investors to explore new horizons.
Donald sees a growing trend of Asian investors diversifying their real estate portfolios geographically, seeking value and higher rental yields in emerging markets.
Take Dubai, for example. With its favorable tax environment, strategic location, and booming economy, it has become a magnet for international investors, including those from Asia.
Beyond Dubai, Donald sees potential in markets like Portugal, Spain, and certain Southeast Asian countries.
It's crucial to do careful research, due diligence, and understand local regulations before investing in any foreign market. Working with experienced professionals who understand the nuances of international real estate is essential for navigating complexities and mitigating risks. The renting versus buying dilemma. There's certainly an emotional pull to homeownership, especially in countries like the US, where it's often seen as a cornerstone of the American dream.
However, Donald encourages a more pragmatic approach, urging people to consider the financial realities and changing lifestyle preferences.
Owning a home isn't always the better financial decision. With rising property prices, increasing interest rates, and the growing popularity of alternative investment options, renting is becoming an increasingly attractive option for many.
Donald argues that the decision to rent or buy should be based on individual circumstances, financial goals, and lifestyle preferences.
Factors like career trajectory, family planning, and investment appetite should all be taken into consideration. There's no one-size-fits-all answer, and what makes sense for one person might not be the best option for another. We're witnessing a global shift in attitudes towards homeownership, especially among the wealthy. More and more high-net-worth individuals are opting for an asset-light lifestyle, choosing to rent luxury properties rather than tying up capital in real estate. It's really about flexibility, global mobility, and a preference for diversifying investments across various asset classes. For these individuals, owning multiple homes around the world can be more of a burden than a privilege.
This shift towards asset-light living is partly driven by the rise of the global citizen. With increased travel, remote work opportunities, and a desire to experience different cultures, many affluent individuals are choosing to rent in prime locations rather than being tied down to a single property.
This lifestyle allows them to seize investment opportunities as they arise.
It's a trend that reflects the changing priorities of the modern wealthy.
While homeownership might be losing its appeal for some, there's still significant investment potential in becoming a landlord, especially in markets with limited housing supply.
As long as demand outstrips supply, rental yields will remain attractive, providing a steady stream of passive income for property owners.
It comes with its own set of challenges, including tenant management, property maintenance, and potential vacancy risks. However, these challenges are outweighed by the potential financial rewards, particularly in markets with strong rental demand and limited new construction.
What should potential landlords keep in mind?
It's crucial to conduct thorough market research and understand local regulations before investing in rental properties. Choosing properties in desirable locations with strong rental demand is key to maximizing occupancy rates and minimizing vacancy risks. Wealthy expats have had a significant impact on Singapore's landscape. The demand for high-end housing from affluent foreigners has driven prices upward, making it increasingly challenging for locals, particularly the middle class, to keep up.
How have you seen this play out personally?
I've observed the arrival of wealthy Chinese families in Singapore firsthand. There's been a sudden proliferation of luxury cars and a noticeable shift in the demographics of my children's international school.
Is this phenomenon unique to Singapore?
Not at all. As global cities compete for talent and investment, they are increasingly becoming magnets for the wealthy. This leads to similar challenges in cities worldwide. The global trend of rising inequality and the concentration of wealth in urban centers is a growing concern for policymakers and economists alike. The Singapore government has really made efforts to maintain affordability for its citizens, especially when it comes to essential needs like housing and food.
However, Donald questions the long-term sustainability of this delicate balancing act.
The influx of wealth is driving up the cost of living, and maintaining affordability for all segments of society is becoming increasingly challenging. Singapore risks becoming a city of extremes, with a stark divide between the ultra-wealthy and everyone else.
Donald's observations raise critical questions about the social and economic consequences of unchecked wealth accumulation in global cities.
Can Singapore maintain its inclusive society while simultaneously catering to the demands of the ultra-wealthy? That's a question many cities grappling with similar challenges are trying to answer. Middle-income expats are increasingly feeling the squeeze of Singapore's rising costs. Many expats, initially attracted to Singapore for its quality of life, safety, and career opportunities, are now finding it difficult to maintain their desired lifestyle.
Donald shares anecdotes of friends who have relocated to neighboring countries like Thailand, Indonesia, and Malaysia, seeking a more affordable lifestyle without sacrificing quality of life.
This trend of expats leaving Singapore for cheaper pastures is a testament to the growing affordability challenges facing those who are not part of the ultra-wealthy bracket. The rising cost of living, coupled with stagnant wages, is making it increasingly difficult for middle-income earners to make ends meet, let alone achieve their financial goals. This economic reality is forcing many to make tough choices, often sacrificing their desired lifestyle or location to achieve financial security. Is this model of attracting the ultra-wealthy while controlling costs for locals sustainable? Can the government's efforts withstand global inflation and the influx of wealth?
The growing disparity could create social and economic tensions.
Can Singapore balance foreign investment and citizen well-being?
Donald leaves his audience with a thought-provoking question.
Can global cities find a sustainable path forward for all? Only time will tell. Let's delve into the strategic acquisition of multiple citizenships and residencies. For many, the idea might seem foreign, even unnecessary. But for global citizens from unstable countries, it's about security and freedom.
Donald highlights the limitations faced by individuals from countries with restrictive travel policies.
The arduous process of obtaining visas and the limitations on movement serve as constant reminders of restricted freedom. A second passport represents a significant upgrade in quality of life.
The desire for a second passport is often driven by a need for a safety net.
The recent pandemic served as a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities of being bound to a single passport. The allure of multiple citizenships and residencies comes with its own set of ethical and moral dilemmas. Some view it as a way for the wealthy to circumvent taxes and exploit loopholes. However, many seek second passports for personal and practical reasons. Families often look for safe havens for their children, and entrepreneurs seek stable business environments. It's about creating options in an uncertain world. Singapore presents a unique perspective on citizenship. Singapore, known for its strict laws, does not allow dual citizenship. This policy fosters a strong sense of belonging among its citizens. The idea of multiple passports might seem at odds with Singaporean values.
The world of investment is changing. Investors are looking beyond borders for opportunities. Donald highlights the Asian preference for real estate. Real estate offers stability and security, but investing in foreign markets has challenges. Navigating legal complexities and local regulations requires expertise. Donald's journey from a young entrepreneur in Hong Kong to a seasoned investor with a global perspective offers valuable lessons for building and preserving wealth. Understanding geopolitics, recognizing global trends, and diversifying investments provides a roadmap for navigating modern finance. The decision to rent or buy, invest in stocks or real estate, or pursue multiple citizenships requires careful consideration. There's no magic formula, only informed decisions. Embrace a global perspective, seek expert guidance, and adapt to changing dynamics. The journey is complex, but the rewards are worth it. Subscribe to our channel for more insights on real estate investments.